Hello my lovely and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Seppi and I share with you simple and practical tips to live a happier life. And one of the ways that I live a happier life is by organizing and planning and journaling. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you a quick walkthrough of my Hemlock and Oak planner from 2022 and to share with you the things I liked and the things that I disliked. In my last video, I shared with you my overall 2022 journals and planners and what I liked and disliked, but in today's video I wanted to go a little bit more in depth into the specific Hemlock and Oak planner in case you're thinking of buying one. That way you get a glimpse into it more specifically, the elements that I liked and the things that I didn't necessarily use. Now, every single year Hemlock and Oak does come out with a new planner and they do change a bit of the layout, so keep that in mind. This is the 2022 version of it. I did truly love it. I also love that it was a Canadian brand and that the product is beautifully curated and created in a very intentional way to create a very mindful life. And that's one of the things that I truly loved about the Hemlock and Oak. So let me just show you the journal itself. So one thing I didn't like, I love the color, of course. And this is like in a gold foil, beautiful. But I didn't like that it stained. And not that I do anything crazy with my journals, but it did stain even on the side. So I didn't really like that part. Like, look at that. Ugh. I literally don't do anything crazy with my journal. I mean, I use it a lot, obviously, but I didn't really like that. So maybe the fabric or whatever it's made of is not conducive to keeping it clean, but it did keep up its shape in that sense. I mean, as you can see, this is my sister's. I'll show that to you after, but anyway, it's a bookmark, but it did keep up its shape really well though, so that's definitely a plus. So this is the journal. So the paper is quite thick and very nice, and I didn't find that it bled through, so that's definitely something that I really enjoyed as well. And like I said, one thing that I really liked about how this planner was organized and set up is that it helps you create a very intentional life. Now, the reason why I won't be repurchasing it, at least not now, is that I do have a lot of experience with journaling and planners. I do my own monthly self-reflection, my own goal-setting process, which I do share in my goal setting resource library. I have a journaling course, I have an Etsy shop for journaling, so I'm definitely have been doing journaling and planning for a long time. But if you're a beginner to journaling, to self-reflection, and to wanting to create a more intentional life, this is a great system because as you can see here in the index, you have many different pages and options. So you have a how-to guide, so it definitely explains how to use the planner. You have your self-reflection, introspection. Like if you can see here, there's a lot of great things about this planner, like attainable habits, helping you reflect on your goals, your habits, reflecting on the whole year. I mean, like I said, as you can see, it's organized and set up in a very intentional way to help you create a lot more mindfulness and, you know, focusing on the things that matter in life and creating really intentional habits, goals every single month, which is what I love. So it explains to you how to use the planner, how to make the most of it. It helps you reflect on your life, doing a little life audit, which again, I have created my own life audit, and it is a free resource that I have in my goal setting resource library. So if you're interested in doing a life audit for free, you can check my resource library below. I also have a more in-depth workbook on my Etsy shop that I will also link in the description box. But all that to say, this is why these pages are empty, because I have my own process that I have done year after year and I love, and 8,000 of you on my mailing list have done the same and love it as well. So that's why this has not been used, but it's a really nice thought. It's something that I would definitely use if I was a beginner. Reflecting on your life, you know, introspection, understanding yourself, you know, what are your values, what is important to you, how you want to reframe your mindset. I will have a mindset resource workbook coming out in my Etsy shop soon, so if you want to check that out, make sure to check my Etsy shop. But you know, how you want to reframe a negative thought, what goals you want to set. Goal setting, you know, is a beautiful way to make sure you live a happy and intentional life by setting intentional and meaningful goals, and they create that for you, a little system for you to do that. What habits you want to cultivate this year. And as you can see, these pages are empty for a reason, because I have my own system that has worked for years, but I do still think that this is really really well done. So your habits and how you want to reflect on that and cultivate that throughout the year. So you have your yearly overview of important things to plan, but I didn't use it very much because I have my bullet journal for that. An overview of the year if you need to highlight anything. And this is the part, so every single month, so this is part again, I have my own system, so it kind of conflicted, and I was kind of had the dilemma of which one should I use? Should I use this one? I didn't want to go to waste. I use it sometimes I didn't. Then I also use my bullet journal for it. But all that to say, I really like that every single month you have the space to reflect on the previous month, and then you have a space to set your goals for the new month. So January, you set your goals. There's a brain dump, what habit you want to cultivate. You have a little tracker, so you can set every single month, you can set your goals, and then you start your month. You plan the month ahead, you have your overview, what's happening, days off. I have different layouts of how I did it, so I will show a few of them. And then this is what I loved, but every single week I like having a weekly overview. Now if you saw my Hobonichi unboxing, then you see the new planner that I will be using for 2023. I like having an overview of the week. I have my to-do list for my life, and then I have my to-do list for my business, and then every single day I plan things out if I have something already scheduled, like I had gone shopping with my mom that day. Don't remember that, but anyway, so you can schedule things. So it has an hourly schedule, which I don't necessarily need. So that's another thing that I didn't make use of. And then every single week you have your goals, your values, and your priorities. Again, I didn't really use that because I have my own system of how I plan, and I use my bullet journal for that. But again, as you can see, it translates. You set your goals, your habits for the year, things you want to cultivate. Then every single week that translates into how you're going to schedule your week, what habits you want to, what goals you have for the week, what values you want to embody, the priorities you have, etc. So it's very, like I said, it's really well done. So when I had started using it, it was my first time using this planner, and it was very simple. I had to find a bit of what I wanted. So as you can see, keeping it very simple. Then I have my daily to-do list, and then it becomes more and more elaborate as the weeks went on. I like to color code things. I also started having a mini tracker here to remind myself of the daily habits I'm trying to cultivate. My goals, I always put my priorities in terms of my self-care. So here I will put things for my self-care. So I want to make sure I got walks in. I did my hypnosis/meditation. I followed my tracker. Values, I put basically the meal ideas that I had to make sure that I didn't have any food wasted. So yeah, I also always put my movement for the week. So, you know, going for a walk, going to the gym, doing Pilates, etc. So I always include that and plan my week accordingly. I will be making more weekly planning videos to show you how I plan and organize my week. But yeah, this is the weekly spread. So then we're at the end of January, and then you have your monthly review. So this is, again, the self-reflection, the monthly self-reflection, where you go back, you think about things that worked. So the positive things that happened this month, what gave you energy, what drained you, lessons that you learned, and memories and memos. Again, I also wrote this, I was supposed to write it in my bullet journal, but I track my good memories in my bullet journal usually, and my self-reflection there. But again, this is really well thought out, and so I like that it's all in one, that you have your planner and your daily journaling into one. And I will be creating my own journal and planner combined with kind of this idea in mind, but a bit different obviously. But I love that it's all in one. You just need one journal and planner, and it's combined together. Then you set your goals for the month ahead. You figure out, what do I want? What do I want to create? What are the goals I want to be setting for the month? What habits I want to cultivate? And then just like a space to plan, just like whatever you want, you can write it out here. So it's very well done, like I said. And then again, it goes the same thing, your monthly overview. Now, as I showed you, my January was, I got a little bit more elaborate, but then with time, I started getting a little bit more. See, I did use it sometimes, monthly reviews and stuff, but you know, sometimes I would do a fun spread. I kind of like my bullet journal, putting like washi tape, and you know, always have my workouts, but using really just like themes and colors and like inspiring quotes and stickers. Definitely had fun doing that. This was a more of a mint green inspirational page. What else can I show you? I just wanted to show you for this one was also really fun, a bit more colorful. But I find doing this as a creative outlet to create a beautiful page that I enjoy looking at also helped me stay on top of my tasks, and my weekend was just more happily to look at. Even this one is my my schedule for August, the monthly plan, and I added a lot more stickers and just made it a lot more pretty. So overall, love this planner. Very intentional, very specific. I'm also going to give a little shout out to my, I actually love this spread. It was a bit more pastel colors with like the pastel here and just, you know, the pink and the green. Definitely love that. And doing my little calligraphy over here. Definitely enjoy doing that. So I'm going to give a little shout out to my sister who does 3D printing, and she made me a custom bookmark with this beautiful star, 9-pointed star, and the whites here. And I love that it's so thin, super flexible, barely weighs anything. But this, I really loved having a bookmark as well in my journal, so that was very useful as well. So yeah, that's the review overall. A quick little walkthrough of the planner, what I liked. And the dislike isn't because of the journal itself. I want to mention that I overall love and would highly recommend this journal. I think the issue with me is that I have my own system when it comes to self-reflection, when it comes to setting goals, when it comes to tracking my habits. And so for me, it became too much to have not only the journal and my bullet journal as well, but it just became a little bit too much. So I want to simplify my process a little bit more, have less things to keep track of and do. And so if you want to see a more in-depth review of my 2022 journals and planners, check out my previous video. And if you want to see how I'm going to be setting up my 2023 lineup of journals and planners, make sure to follow my channel because I will be posting that as well to show you how I'm going to be using my journals and planners for 2023 to streamline the process and to stay on top of my goals and to live a more intentional life. Let me know in the comments below if you have any specific questions about this journal or about my planning process and what you would like to see, and let me know if you also want me to show you a walkthrough of my bullet journal from 2022 as well as my bullet journals from the last 5 years. I can show you some of the fun spreads I've done in the past. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I love sharing my love of planners and journals because I think there's a lot of benefits to it and it helps stay on top of everything and just live a more intentional life, to cultivate habits and to cultivate inspiring and happy goals for yourself. So let me know what your thoughts are, what your questions are. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you a lot of love, and bye for now.